Yet again, James Gunn says the weirdest stuff on the internet, and we are back here again unpacking several days worth of DC news. And we waited on this video a little bit just as situations continue to develop. And starting off, Batman the Brave and the Bold, according to the director, Andy Muschietti, has been delayed. They're having some script issues. It's not quite where they want it, and it's gonna take more time. However, kind of in a strange turn of events, James Gunn came out at the time of recording yesterday and said that no, Brave and the Bold is not actually delayed, going directly against the director of the movie, leaving us all to wonder what the hell's going on. Personally, I believe Andy Muschietti over James Gunn just because of how many times James Gunn goes back and forth with what he says. And there's another thing he went back and forth with, and we'll get back to that in a minute. But Jesus, going directly against your director a couple of days after is a terrible look, especially when the director has been quoted that it is going to be postponed. I don't know what James Gunn's thinking. And before we get too far, what are you guys thinking about DC right now? And especially with the Batman project being delayed, are you guys even still excited for DC considering it's going to be so long for us to get anything and how often things get shoveled about?
I have so much to say on all of this in so little time. It's ridiculous. And DC has never gotten outside of the Batman stuff and say what you want, come at me and griff all you want. At this point, it's no longer a matter of opinion, it's facts. Batman is successful, makes big bucks at the box office. Everything else has done fucking just okay. No matter who's sitting in that fucking chair, Zack Snyder, uh, Kevin Sujihara, whoever the fuck, they always promise, and it just I don't understand. Griffin and I can't understand. I'm sure most of you guys can't understand why something this simple. They have the rights to 97% of their characters. They just can't pump out great content. I don't know. Batman Brave and the Bold being delayed. That movie got announced about a year and a half ago. And we were excited as all hell that we were going to get two separate Batmans. I'm a huge Batman fan, so give me all the Batman content you want to give me, and I'll take it as long as it's good. And I was even giving Andy a pass. I know Griffin wasn't too happy about him being named the director of the Batman, but I'll give him a pass for the Flash because that movie was shit bomb from the beginning.
Batman should be your
Done.
flagship. That's how you make money.
I mean, fuck. Just you don't have to start with Batman. You could start with Superman. I'm perfectly okay with that. Hell, if you want to start with Wonder Woman, let's do it. Pump out your Trinity first because that's where the bunny's at, and then get as enveloped in all this other stuff. James Gunn throwing Andy under the bus like that, coming out a day and a half later saying, no, it's not canceled. It's not delayed. Dude, the guy was just on a podcast. They asked him, and he flat out, he's like, well, that movie's not happening for a while. So I think I'm going to take on another project. I, I think that's him saying, this shit may never happen, which is sad because he did it to Patty Jenkins. She came out, she said something. Then James Gunn came out and said, no, that's not happening. I don't. I'm not with that, man. Andy may not be the greatest filmmaker in the world, but you threw the dude under the bus. He is the director that you chose for this movie. For him to come out and say something, and then for you to come out and be like, "No, that's where are you guys getting that from?" It makes Andy look like a dumbass. It makes the fans look like idiots. So fuck you for that. And it makes you look incompetent because you're the CEO, co-CEO, and to most of us, there's a couple of butt heads out there like, oh no, you guys have a hard on for James Gunn. That's what it is. At this point, if you're defending this nonsense, it's ridiculous. And then the Batman, dude, that Reeves came out and said the script was done at least once, and now he's like, yeah, it's not done. Okay, so Reeves originally was supposed to just come over and take over for Ben Affleck as director. That was it. Script was written, boom, 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 just direct. I knew because it was Reeves and what he had done with the apes, they were going to just give him the keys to the kingdom, which is not the smartest thing to do. So Reeves immediately was like, I don't want Jeff Johns involved. I don't want so and so. I don't want this. I want that. And then eventually the Batman just became kind of an Elseworld thing where he didn't want it attached to the DCU, blah, blah, blah. They gave him the reins. The movie was, I would say, really good. Now, from the beginning, he was like, no matter what happens, this is my thing, blah, blah, blah. James Gunn was like, okay, yeah, because he had just gotten the job. So of course he's gonna play ball with everyone. The more time goes by, the more it's looking like James Gunn doesn't know what the fuck to do with Batman. And he doesn't know if he's going to allow that to remain Elseworld or if he's going to incorporate it into the DCU. The fact that both of these movies got delayed on the same day, I don't care what James Gunn comes out and says, they on the same fucking day, we all got confirmation that these were pushed back. That alone, and then the fucking sad fact that one of our sources, a very good source, is now telling us that the reason for all this is because executives are like us. They're like, wait, this is what makes us money. Why are we doing all this other shit? Let's just get this out. They're pushing for it. And I guess James Gunn's got his back against the wall and he's like, well, I really don't know what to do with Batman. Maybe just incorporate Pattinson into the DC. He could have done that from the very first day. He could have said, you know what, Reeves, this is the plan. If you don't want to be a part of it, fine. There's a door. We'll get a new director and we'll just bring Pattinson into the DCU. The fact that he sat there and announced 10 different fucking projects. I mean, you were searching for Batmans. You were letting Matt Reeves, you're not allowing, you're trying to kill two birds with one stone and you're really not doing much. Matt Reeves can't finish his fucking Batman script because you're probably telling him, rewrite it, structure it into this. Andy Muschietti's over there like, I mean, I need work. And Robert Pattinson, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if you guys are Henry Cavilling Robert Pattinson. He's gonna bounce on your ass. I mean, it's a shitstorm again.
Yeah, it's such a shame, especially since they're both delayed on the same day, and especially since James Gunn said time and time again, Robert Pattinson's not going to be the main DCU Batman, but according to our source, he's going to be. And frankly, again, I don't trust James Gunn at all. I trust him less than I do the previous DC regime, which is kind of sad. I,
At least Zack Snyder had a clear vision.
yeah. So
Say
Robert
what you
Pattinson
want
is
about
more
Snyder,
than
and we're
likely
not.
going to be Brave and the Bold Batman.
And then it may not even be Brave and the Bold again because,
True.
I mean, well,
It
as long as it's
leads
taken
to
to
a
right, he'll
world
be
of
the same age.
issues. Yeah, it leads to a
It's
world of
fucking
issues.
bad.
It's crazy that from when the first Batman started filming in 2019 to when the Batman 2 may be released, it's going to be 9 or 10 years. I think Robin Pattinson's already been very disgruntled, saying that he's going to retire by the time Batman 3 comes out. With this being pushed back again, I wouldn't be surprised if he walks, as Edward said. This is a mess.
I'd fucking
And
walk. I know Marvel wants his ass.
Marvel
And
actually
listen,
may have already signed him as in Secret Wars, and I'm excited for that.
Robert, I know you'll never see this, but dude, don't Henry Cavill sat there and waited on DC to get Superman right for a long time before he went and did a Marvel project. Don't do that shit, man. If they're offering you good money and a good project, fucking bounce. Just get the hell out of Dodge. Ben Affleck
Yeah,
sat with Gunn and Peter Safran, and I saw the interview. Whatever he saw and was pitched, he was like, nah, man, I'm gone. And he loves Batman. So it's just depressing, man. They can't get their shit right. And throwing people under the bus that he has handpicked, it's just fucking sad.
it is. And on top of that, today James Gunn did cast Jason Momoa as Lobo in
We
Supergirl,
knew that shit.
and yeah, that's been known for a long ass time, but it's confirmed now.
Dude,
And
they were blowing each other on the press tour for Aquaman 2. Griffin and I, say whatever the hell you want. We called it. We were like, this motherfucker. And Jason was playing coy. Like, that shit was signed and dated. He was Lobo on the press tour for Aquaman. And he was trashing Aquaman while he was doing the press tour for it because
yep,
he was excited for this. I don't blame Momoa, but Gunn
Aquaman 2
sucks.
sucked. Yeah, Gunn's. I don't think Gunn knows how to run a business, and it's very apparent. He's
And I
on
don't think
social media
Peter
way
knows
too
how either
much.
because he's letting him run his mouth. I'd be like,
Yeah.
dude, shut the hell. Let me handle this part. You do. Oh, well, at this point, you just direct. You shut the hell up and
Yeah.
direct.
DC Slate is a mess. They have reshuffled it. We're getting a Clayface movie before the Batman. We're
That's
getting so many
dumb.
different projects announced before that are going to be coming out before projects he's already announced in part one of Gods and Monsters. It makes no sense, and it seems like he doesn't have a vision, or he may have a vision and just realizing he can do things better. And in that case, he needs to shut his mouth, confirm 3 projects, and that's it. Work from there, start small, work up. Don't confirm 10 projects and cancel all of them but 2.
My issue is he did exactly what the previous DC regimes did. Sat
But
there and
worse.
announced tons of shit. None of it ever happened, but at least they didn't throw people under the bus the way Gunn is doing. Like coming out
Yeah.
and saying, "No, it's not Dilly, dude." And Griff's right. I mean, either you're lying or Andy's lying, and my money's on Gunn because I just don't. Andy doesn't have the track record that
Or
Gunn does.
Andy's
Gunn,
fired and he doesn't know it yet.
which is fucking worse. But even if that's the case, just come out and say, "Hey, you know what? We're restructuring Batman: The Brave and the Bold. It's really not working out. We're looking for a new director." Just be transparent, man.
Yeah. It worked for Daredevil
Don't
Born
make the
Again.
guy look like
It's
an
okay.
asshole.
Exactly.
Absolutely. I think it's speaking of that. Thank God for Marvel. And that sounds fucked up, but and I know most people would be like, "Well, Edward, you're just mad because Batman got pushed back." Well, yeah, but I'm also mad because of how it's getting
If this
pushed
was
back
any other
because
project, it would still have the same issues.
Gunn's not being, I still don't like what he did with Gal and Patty. I mean,
Yeah.
is Gal the greatest actress in the world? No.
No,
She was
she's
a
actually
great
pretty
Wonder
bad.
Woman. She was a great Wonder Woman. And why the fuck are we getting the Themyscira thing before Wonder Woman? It's just fuck this, man. This is the worst.
Thank you so much for watching. Let us know what your thoughts are on James Gunn. I mean, what do you guys think about both Batman projects being renewed and Robert Pattinson coming over as the main Batman? And if you did enjoy this video, go check out our Superman reaction trailer where James Gunn gave us a glimmer of hope and then quickly
That now
dashed it
got
away with
fucking
this
washed away. And
bullshit.
if you guys, before you guys attack us and be like, you guys don't know what the fuck you're talking about, it's not going to be like that. What we've said has fucking happened. Just think about that one real quick.